Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Shoe Podcast, the only secret podcast where you couldn't see what the other co-host was doing while the intro was rolling. I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Henry Young.
Look at him playing the angel now. He was a devil mere moments ago. Purple emoji, hours.
Ooh.
It's good to have you all back. I think if everything worked out correctly, this episode's dropping on Friday like normal.
Boom.
And hopefully you got a little bonus episode during the week. Again, if everything went according to plan. But we are back once again. I think this one's also going to be a little bit of a mini episode, but we'll just see. We'll just see what happens. We're not fortune tellers. Neither of us are Raven Simone. Deal with it. Though, as much as we wish, trust me, as much as we wish we were Raven Simone, we are not.
To be in those shoes,
to be in her eyes, to see into that future, you know. She really nailed it.
You knew, she really did. She really did. Yeah, just the turn, and then it was the forced zoom too. Scorsese could never.
They knew what they were doing over on the Disney Channel. Unlike Nickelodeon. Well, they knew what they were doing. We didn't at the time, but now we know. And it was wrong.
Ooh,
it was wrong.
Yeah. It was wrong.
It was wrong. It was wrong. Hot take. All right, hot take from your boys over at Shoe Podcast, but we are going to go on the record and say we do not condone that, you know?
It was wrong. And then Cartoon Network's over there to be like, yo, what if action figures were super vulgar?
I love it. I love it. All right, so thank you everyone for coming back to check out another episode of Shoe Podcast. If you're not already, please consider hitting that subscribe button if you're watching over on YouTube, or if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, consider following so that you get notified when the episodes come out. We'd love to have you along for the ride here. Tonight even, Nike retros everything. Everything. Nothing's off the table. Nothing's sacred. It's all coming back. And it seems like over the past week, it's almost like every other day, it's like a coming in 2025. Like they seem to just be like hit after hit, just like on the timeline, on the feed here. So
when the quarter goes down, time to retro.
Then the retros go up. That's the Nike recipe right there for you. Yeah. So we are going to be talking about 5 of probably the most anticipated releases or rumored releases over the next few months here. By few, I mean a year, 12 months, maybe more, that are happening between this year and next that we wanted to talk about, but did want to give a disclaimer real quick at the top of the episode here. We just did an episode a few weeks ago talking about, debating whether Grails should be retroed or not. This episode's going to be really just focused around our reactions to 5 specific sneaker releases. But if you want to hear our complete thoughts on like the matter of like, should they be retroing Grails, click here. Link on the screen somewhere, maybe in the episode description, or just find it, right? It's not that long ago. You could find it. I always feel about link on the screen because I'm like, I really don't want you to click off this episode right now. Like we're just getting started here. But like maybe after this one, maybe we could say it again at the end if I remember.
There you go. Look, honestly, just scroll through the whole YouTube page. And
watch them all.
Just click. Yeah.
Just watch them.
What else are you doing? Probably unemployed.
If you're sitting down to listen to the two of us for 40 minutes, LinkedIn is looking pretty good right now, I'll tell you.
Yeah. We don't have any tips for it, but
best of luck. Best of luck.
Yeah. It's like if Facebook had a tie.
Oh, sorry. Not like an even match with someone. Yeah, Facebook. No, Facebook was wearing a suit. It would be LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Have you
Facebook
seen like
is still wearing a suit, but it's like the tie is a little loose.
It's a little looser.
It's like an after hours,
and it's
suit.
Riddled with AI and like your
we don't want
older relatives being like, "Is this real? No one will share this picture of Jesus."
Yeah, it's like I didn't know Jesus had 18 fingers. So maybe it's not, but
wow, someone on this show didn't read the whole Bible front to back. I don't want to tell you how it ends, but he does not make. Well, he doesn't make it, but like 3 days. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I don't want to spoil anything for anyone here.
Really, is this picture real big? Do you think they had cameras?
Do you think they could have photographed this man?
Do you think the God of Man was rocking a Nikon or a Canon?
Oh, he's a Fuji. He's a Fuji kind of guy. Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what kind of camera was Jesus using, okay?
Houston, he's got to be
such a small Venn diagram. He is very specifically.
Houston.
Yeah.
Next time I see Houston, what camera? What do you think? You think he's pushing? What do you think he's pushing?
Yeah. He was absolutely shooting film. He was not shooting digital.
Oh,
he's a purist. He's a purist for sure. Yeah.
Portrait for sure.
All right. For those of you who stuck through that bit, here's some shoes for you. Let's talk about shoes. First release I want to hit on is the Patta Chlorophyll Air Max 1 coming back. Originally released in 2009. I'm reading a screen right now. For Patta's 5th anniversary, they are re-releasing this year in celebration of their 20th anniversary. Wow. Supposedly a September release. Anniversary, a tough one for me. How are we feeling about these?
Green.
Ooh, that's it. That's all.
I never really understood the chlorophyll hype.
Yeah, I think it's
like that's a bright green.
I think it's a two-part thing. I think it's obviously a limited nature of the original sort of thing. There's that Patta being a notable brand, but then two, just is a clean colorway. Is a good colorway. Nothing crazy. I'm not here to be like this is a outstanding colorway. It's a good colorway.
Yeah.
Do you think you've got some mini swoosh bias? And be honest with us.
Oh, I didn't even see the mini swoosh there.
Uh-oh.
Hitting his camo
like a magic eye. He didn't see it until he was looking for it. He's like, oh.
I don't know. It's kind of like the same thing with, like that anniversary Air Maxes. I'm just like, it red.
Yeah.
And, but I mean, obviously I understand with the you get the green, you got the gray, those are, those things that I just never really understood. I never really got into the hype.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, it's an Air Max and it looks great and it's a clean colorway and it looks good. And this is going to be a smash hit. I know for sure. That's gonna be a smash hit.
I actually was about to say, I don't know. I don't know if this is like a bacon situation where it's a good looking colorway, right? But if you don't know the story or let's face it, Air Max 1 is not the hottest silhouette right now. I think for the people who, loved the bacon story or just thought it was a really good colorway, they're going to love it. But I don't know that this is I don't know this is like Wu-Tang Dunk levels of it's recognizable. It's got Wu-Tang on the side. I don't know. I wonder if this is going to end up being more of a bacon Air Max 90s where it's it comes back. It doesn't fly off the shelves, but that's great for anyone who actually wanted to grab a pair, who wanted a pair of the originals, did not want to pay the resale for them, wasn't there in 2009 to grab a pair. It's going to be great for you.
Great year.
Great year, 2009. What was one of your highlights?
No bills.
No, heard that.
No debts.
2009, a crazy good year for the emo music scene,
I was gonna say
bangers that year.
Bangers, bands, man.
Yeah.
Woo! Again, we do not agree with what was going on in that year with specifically emo hardcore bands.
Yeah,
also we're not a big fan of that.
All right, so that's
just make
Nickelodeon. Music. That's the emo scene.
Just make.
Let's see if we can get a third one by the end of the episode.
Just make music.
Thank you.
Stop texting children.
It's not too complicated, is it? It's really not that hard when you summarize it like that.
It seems like it should be easy.
So anyways, the Chlorophylls, I think it's a good looking one. It is one of those ones that for a long time I thought I never wanted to pay anywhere close to retail, but I was it's just a good looking, clean shoe.
It is.
That bit, I don't want to say I won't grab it because it's one of those ones that's I could see myself going either way. That's fine if you want to go on the record.
Yeah.
I could see myself going either way, but I'm not gonna bend over backwards trying to enter 7 ravels trying to get these. It's one of those ones where it's if it's sitting around and I think it looks really good in person, I might pick it up. But more so because it's a good looking Air Max 1 necessarily than it's the Chlorophylls, it's the Pattas. I gotta get it,
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you're not bending over backwards. I wouldn't even bend over at the outlets. Zone next shoe.
I wanted to make more jokes, but the way you said it with such authority, I gotta move on. It's voice activated, everyone. He's actually controlling the whole show here. If he says next shoe 4 times in a row, we have to wrap early. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
Facebook AI meta scrolls across the bottom. You too can voice control your.
You know what would be great? This is we're gonna throw out a free idea right there. Someone should make an AI where the face of it is Clippy from Microsoft. And I guess really only Microsoft could do it. But like, you know.
Perfect. Yes.
Looks like you're trying to find a chicken recipe. You know, like, here's 5 bullet points. Wow, that'd be great. Okay.
Yo,
free idea. I doubt
a skin market for your AI companion. Hold on.
First order of business. We got to find a new term other than skin market. That's your first order of business.
When I said it, I didn't like it. I'll be honest. When I said it, I knew skin market was not gonna hit. All right. I knew. I was hoping you would be professional and just keep moving.
Absolutely not.
I didn't like. I stumbled through it because of how uncomfortable it made me. All right.
I do also just want to point out that very clearly our listener base and people who could develop AIs, there's no overlap in that Venn diagram.
Yeah, that's just two circles.
Not to doubt our fans. I would love to know if one of our fans can put it together. But I don't see it happening.
IT rise up.
Okay. Next shoe that we want to talk about, the Band Jordan 1 re-releasing in an 85 cut. This one's the rumor that's been going around for a while here. Rumored to be re-releasing next year for the 40th anniversary at NBA All-Star Weekend in February. I think specifically on the 14th, a little Valentine's shoe. Tell you what I don't love about this shoe, the supposed price.
Ooh.
Supposedly retailing for $250. $250. We're going all the way up there. Yeah. Where
I'm going to pay it.
What are Jordan 1s normally now? 180? I think 180 is what. I don't think they're all the way up at 2 now. I haven't bought a pair in a minute, but 250. So I was about to say, how are we feeling about this one? But it sounds like they could be charging 300 and you'd be in line for it.
Sure will. Love that 85 cut.
Okay, so is it the 85 cut specifically that's doing it for you?
Love the 85 cut. Just
I think
it's clean.
I think it is good looking. It's better than, you know, the original shape. For someone who owns a pair of Band Jordan 1s, whatever you want to call it, I've been having trouble. I was going back and forth with someone in the Discord over this, which is a great plug for the Discord. I think I would only grab a pair of these if I felt like I could sell my used pair and break even or come out a little bit ahead. I don't know what the market is. I don't know what the market is right now. I'll look it up while you do some talking.
Gotcha. Yeah, these are pretty. I love these. I was very excited hearing the 85 cut. Absolutely love it. It's tough because it's like, I've said it a couple times. I'm like, I don't want to get a bread Jordan 1 unless it's like, you know, with the X's on the back.
Yeah.
But I also understand that that's like a unrealistic, achievable goal.
That's going to be pricey. That is going to be pricey.
But then you hear 250. And you're like, why don't you want me to have nice things? You know?
Well, they're like, we do, but we also want to have nice things.
Because not only is it going to be hard to get just in general with people, it's going to be hard to afford.
Yeah.
You know, at 250. Like, I'm like, that's insane. That's an insane amount of price.
Let me tell you real quick. I hate that I'm saying, let me tell you, because I've made a big deal about this like a week ago that I've been saying it too much. Can we get it? This is kind of tiny to see on GOAT here. Size 11. That's what I've got here. Used pairs, but there's a lot of no original boxes and badly damaged. When we get to the good conditions, it's a hodgepodge, but we're in like the upper 200s to 300 here. But again, to that point, am I going to want to take the small hit just to get the 85 cut and a brand new pair? And also, I don't think this market will stay this way by the time the 85 cut comes out. Did I lose you for a second there?
A little bit.
Okay.
Everything just dropped. But I'm back.
Okay, he's back. I was just saying, I don't know that this market is going to stay this way by the time the 85 cut Band 1s come back.
Yeah.
So if you have a pair like me and you're trying to get rid of it,
sell.
right? Exactly. Yeah. After we just did the stock price, the stock market announcement in the last episode there.
Again, this is what people are asking. You know,
this is what the people want to know from us. So yeah, this is one of those ones where I'm like, it's kind of like I'm back at Lost and Found Jordan 1s, but I already have LA to Chicago Jordan 1s. Not exactly because they're not 2015 Chicago, right? They're already kind of like a take on a Chicago.
Sure.
So in that case, I was trying to get Lost and Founds to replace them. I don't know. The more I say it, I'm like, oh, 250 is so much money. But then I'm like, dang, for a clean pair of bread 1s and in the 85 cut. And tell me they're going to do something good with the box here, you know, because it's the 40th anniversary year.
Yeah, come on, that's gonna go nutty.
Yeah,
yeah.
I could
These
see
I
it
will bend over backwards. I'll go ostrich legs. Oh, that's how much I'm bending.
You go Simone Biles for these, I'll tell you.
Knees to the back, 12 feet in the air. Yeah, that's right. I'm over Shaq.
Yeah,
I've seen the Instagram.
250 though. Come on, Nike.
That's crazy.
Come on, Jordan
250
brand.
is that 250 nutty. Jordan, you're already a billionaire.
Where's the money going?
You don't need more money.
Where's the money going? Someone tell us.
To your terrible golf course.
All right.
You want to? Don't like it.
Can you? Sorry, I'm not available. Can you get our next shoe on the screen here?
And whoosh.
There it is.
Yeah.
Next one to talk about here. Oh, he's happy as well. The shattered backboard Jordan 1 re-releasing for the 10-year anniversary. So originally released in 2015 and rumored to be re-releasing for the 10-year anniversary once again in 2025. For those of you that don't know, I thought I'd throw this in there, the little history lesson. Ooh. The shattered backboard. The shattered backboard. Let's try that again. For those of you that don't know, I thought For those of you that don't know, I thought I'd throw the history in here. The shattered backboard colorway is inspired by an orange and black jersey that Michael Jordan wore during an exhibition game in Italy in 1986, where he shattered the backboard while dunking. Hence the black and orange. So yeah, these released in 2015. I think this was one of those first times that Jordan Brand was like, can we do non-OG colorways and tell stories on them from Michael Jordan's life? And these are in sneakerhead history as being buttery leather. That was the big thing about these, that the leather on these was incredible. Now they're coming back supposedly next year for the 10-year anniversary.
So hype.
You looking to get a pair of these too?
Oh, I want them.
Wow. And so what's crazy is that like
my Jordan Brand, ones are about to go crazy.
I'm gonna say Jordan Brand, excuse me, very easily has the playbook of like this year everyone's like Jordan ones are kind of dead, and then they're like, bet we'll just run it back on all the best ones next year, and it's like okay, yeah, that works.
Everything, yeah. And again, thank you, Jordan Brand, for this version of the shattered backboards and not the 3.0s. Because those are terrible and hurt my eyes. I was
talking to someone today about that. So bad. So bad. I was also talking to someone, I don't remember who it was. I think it's Shake Back Sunday. Shout out Politics about this shoe coming back. Maybe there's a podcast I was listening to. My sneaker world is just kind of like one big ball of memories here. I'm like, Snow Globe, exactly. And they were saying they should do something special when they bring these grails back. And not necessarily just bring it back one for one with like the original. Like they should do a little take on it or a little spin, like the eBay dunk. When they brought it back, it wasn't just a dunk. It had like the clear panels in it to represent the cut. They're like, you know what they should do when they send these out? They should have little bits of glass stuck in the sole to represent right now it's my face to represent the shattered backward. I was like, there's no shot. Jordan Brand is stuffing glass in their shoes before they ship them out. And they're like, I mean, it doesn't have to be literal glass. It could be like glitter. I was like, oh, yeah, you might want to be clear about that. Which
glitter might be worse. Glitter might be actual worse.
To be fair, the insoles of these do have like a shattered glass print on them. So like they're referencing it, right? But they were like, they should have little bits of shattered glass in the soles because of the backboard. I was like, I get that you want them to really be authentic to the storytelling, but you got to be absolutely insane if you think they're shipping out glass shards with the shoes.
That would be hilarious. So you go open a box and just
oh
my god,
glass in here. Imagine customs. It's
from Jordan's Ferrari.
So these are another you're thinking must have.
These are great. These are great. I'm really gonna try for these. I really enjoy these. I loved them whenever they came out. They were super great. And then every time they were like, oh, we're going to do them, the 2.0s. I was like, 2.0's not bad, but the 3.0s, and I'm like, oh, I hate these. The leather on the 1.0s, buttery. 3.0s, BP oil spill.
Ooh. Hey, not wrong.
Clean up the ocean.
Nike.
You still, that was to BP. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, BP.
Yeah.
We want you to
Jim, I know he listens. Yeah. He's not a watcher, but he listens. So
is that like the CEO of BP?
Jim, I pointed at the camera. I know you're a listener. You're not a watcher.
Okay. Gotcha. He'll know. I'm not sure that I need these, and I'm looking for the right picture to describe why I don't need these. This will work well enough. I feel like I don't need these because I have these. I have the Taxi Jordan ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they're yellow, don't get me wrong, but this is a very orange yellow. And so the shatter, they're just so close. The color blocking is the exact same. It's just a different shade. So I'm like, again, it's another one of those things where it's like, I don't think I need to try and sell my Taxis to pick up a pair of these. So I'm like, but these are the shattered backboards and they're darker orange.
Yeah. See, me, I would get rid of the Taxis for these, but I also understand of like, if you already have Taxis, like the thing, don't have Taxis. Don't have any breads. Don't have a Chicago.
Yeah.
So like,
you can for sure, Taxis like, for pretty cheap. Not that you want them when you know these are coming out. I'm fully aware of that. But just for anyone listening who's like, I don't know if I want to spend the money on these, you can get Taxis for pretty cheap.
Could be a sympathy pickup.
Yeah, it could very well happen. But I think I recognize also that like I don't wear my Taxis all that much. And so I'm like, I don't feel like picking this one up just for the story when I know that like I'm probably less likely to even wear orange than like gold and yellow. So
fair enough, yeah.
It's a great one. I don't know. Catch my attitude changing in like however many months when these come back out. And I might be like, yo, I need those. It's the history, my guy.
Gotta have.
Yep. Next up.
Spooky. Oh. And ka-chow.
Next rumor is the undefeated Air Jordan 4 supposedly coming back. Once again next year, originally released in 2005 in a limited run of 72 pairs. This was a fun fact I did not know. The first ever collaboration for Jordan Brand. First ever collab they did, which I think I knew they were so popular because, right, A, great colorway, B, undefeated, great store, C, limited. But I did not know probably a big part of the history is that it was the first ever collaboration for Jordan Brand. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. So like I said, originally released in 2005, supposedly re-releasing next year for the 20-year anniversary. I don't know if maybe they just looked at the calendar and they realized what a big anniversary year 2025 is for Jordan, specifically, you know, the ones and in this case the 4. And they're like, hey, we could run back so much next year. But I'm not mad at it. This one specifically, this one's gonna be trying to pick up here. I think this one's gonna be hard, especially with how not just like the legacy of the undefeated Jordan 4, but just Jordan 4s right now are so hot.
Oh yeah.
This one's gonna be tough, I'm pretty sure, but I love you put an olive green and a black on a shoe next to each other. I'm like, that feels a little utilitarian. Yep.
I'm a sucker. So all I can remember for these shoes, do you remember the YouTube channel? I think there's still a thing. Sneaker Watch.
Not by name. Maybe if I looked them
up.
Oh
my gosh. I used to watch Sneaker Watch all of the time. I think they still post. They have to still post. No, they do not. Okay. They haven't posted in 7 years. Okay. That would make sense.
Okay.
Okay. So everyone should go. It's Sneaker Watch TV. They're a great YouTube channel. There's this guy named, I say guy, it's probably a big thing. I cannot remember. His name is Mayer. I do not remember. He's like a sneakerhead. I don't know why he's so popular. Yeah. There's a video where he has the undefeated and he is just
and he bending them. Yes. Everyone knows Mayer. Well, every sneakerhead knows Mayer, I should say. Yeah.
So, and that is like all I remember about these, and then really just being like, they're a great colorway. I remember watching these videos and being like, I don't really there you go. Yeah. I was like, I don't really remember.
I didn't remember it until I just saw this intro screen of them spray painting the logo, and I was like, yes, I remember that. Yeah, this is when he grabs the Jordan 4s. Oh, this is from 8 years ago, 9 years ago, though, is probably when
there you go. That was the first time
1.3 million views. Yeah, where he did it and he just bent it back. Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, but again, yes, I think these are great. These are going to be, this one I think is going to bring back that feeling from like years back where you were like, you're going to hear a lot about backdooring with these shoes. 100%.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those ones 100%. Where if you haven't had a minute where you're like been trying to enter a lot of raffles or figure out if your shop's doing a lineup or not, this is probably the one that's bringing you back for it. Yeah, this
or it's going to be like, all I see is celebrities and influencers with this shoe. No one real has this shoe. This is going to be that shoe that's going to bring all of that back. And it is like you said, it's just a simple colorway, and it's so clean.
It is really good.
It's a great looking shoe. You get that green with that hint of orange to it, and it's like, it's a wrap. And then you got fours on top.
Pop, yeah.
It's gonna be great. These are fantastic. Everyone and their mothers will be going for those bad boy.
The one thing I did not realize about Undefeated Jordan 4s, and I'll go ahead and pull it up right now, because obviously I do not have a pair, and it's never really been something that's been on my radar of like, maybe I should look into grabbing a pair, is that on the back, on the heel tab, Jumpman, not Nike Air.
Well,
let me tell you, this one of those rare ones that I'm like, that's fine. That's not going to slow me down here.
Yeah.
Normally for me, I'd be like, I'd rather have Nike Air. This one.
What are these still going for? I mean, because
Undefeated Jordan 4s.
8 years ago when this video came out, they were worth $25,000. So it's like, what? They got to be going.
Sample. One moment here. Sorry, I just saw where did it show up? Undefeated Jordan 4. Why so expensive?
Why so expensive? Great. I mean, to be fair, I think that's usually what you're gonna.
Is this what we're looking at here? There are no asks at this time. Yeah, no one even has a pair list. So, 72 pairs, if correct. So yeah, that makes sense that they're probably not often up for sale. Do we even have? We don't even have a last sale is blank here. So,
nothing about it. But let me tell you what. Right now, Jordan 4 Green Glow, probably, if not my number one, Jordan 4 number 2.
Wow,
sure. Bold take. Love that's been like one of my favorite shoes.
Yeah,
I don't even know how long. Jordan 4 Green Glow, just
not a bad shoe, not a bad colorway for sure.
Look, here's the thing. I'm going on record. Super hot take. I would rather the Green Glows than Undefeateds for sure.
Very hot take right there.
I think a very, very hot take, but
wow.
Ghost pepper of a take.
Over the bread force?
Give me, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it's a top
for
4.
Sure.
It's a top tier 4 for him. Wow.
I love that. Right. And the, I guess like the Fear Force. Fear Force are really good too.
Okay. Let him know in the comments if he's wrong.
Yeah. Green Glow. You're going to get a slurry.
When you see that this is our first YouTube video where comments are turned off, you know who got into the admin account, okay?
No. They're not turned off. I'm
catching hands.
Somehow digital fist fight.
Yeah. From the personal too. No burner.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. No.
He's not afraid to be on the record.
First and last name.
Last shoe. Get us there.
Oh. Last shoe. A shoe. Oh,
you saved the best for last. There's not that many pictures of this shoe, and so I thought this is better than like grabbing like some bad image on a white background. Last one we got to talk about here. This one seems to be the most like it's still a rumor, whereas all the other ones seem to be like people are talking with more certainty. Yeah. But rumored that the Nike PlayStation Air Force 1 coming back as well. This one could be further out though if they're doing an anniversary thing, because the Seeker debuted in 2006 as a friends and family exclusive for NBA's The Life video game, and supposedly only 150 pairs made. So if they're doing anniversary things, it could be more of a 2026 than a 2025. But another one of those shoes that, you kind of put up there with like Undefeated 4s and Wu-Tang Dunks that you're like,
yeah.
Well, this is the stuff that like Nike's hype history is made of. I don't think they're ever going to be bringing it back. And now it's like, it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. What was it? Yeah, it was it was the Paul Georges. Those are
the light up ones?
Good. Yeah. The or what is it? The Paul George, the 2.5s.
Yeah.
I don't know if they light up.
I'm pretty sure they do.
But,
yeah, they
the PGPS. There you go.
You see in the tongues they light up. Yeah. I liked the wolf gray more than I remember when they did this darker colorway, but These are tough.
Gray ones were so
only thing about these compared to an Air Force One though is that like I don't know if you're going to be wearing these daily on the casual, you know?
Oh no.
But the Air Force Ones you can, as long as you don't mind some patent leather. R.I.P. Kobe the Goat.
Yeah, love the new statue of him and his daughter.
The thing that I love most about, I know we're talking about so much more than the shoes right now, but the thing that I love most about this picture is that Kobe Bryant's in a room with Kobe Bryant posters on the wall, you know, like, wow. And I know it's not his like apartment, but I like to think that maybe it is, and he just has like some posters of himself. He's like, man, that guy really could do it.
In his like guest bedroom, that's just the kind of energy he would, you walk into, and it's just a 2K poster of Kobe Bryant in his guest bedroom. He's like, good night. And you're like,
good night, Kobe. If you haven't watched the Redeem Team documentary on Netflix, so recommend watching. I think I probably already talked about it on this show, but to you and our listeners, so good watching. I've never, watched basketball that closely, and so it's like I can respect Kobe a lot, but to like see him in a documentary and kind of just like hear him talk a little bit more and like hear more about like his drive and work ethic and stuff, you're like, oh, I get it. It's like I get the, not to mention just obviously his talent on the court, but just like I get why he was such like a larger than life personality,
Absolutely.
But back to the shoes, PlayStation Air Force Ones. Do we need them back? Do you need these in your collection?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm an Xbox guy.
It's less about this specific shoe, but just more about, I'm on that live. I got a live subscription.
I'm on my Wii U era.
Where's the Wii U dunks? Bring those back. Yeah. I don't know that this shoe needs to come back, and maybe it won't, but
yeah.
I think unlike so many of the other ones we talked about, like the just average wearability of this one, I think like to me, this one's one of those ones where it's like, it is so indicative of the era it came out in and just like what the style was like around that time that like, just kind of let it be there and let it be a good memory of like, wasn't this such like a perfect encapsulation of like what was going on in fashion at that time, rather than like in 2024, we're bringing it back. And it's like, unless we're wearing like patent leather Bapes, which some people are, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think we could be fine without this one. Just let the memory be.
I agree. Yeah. This one I think is fine. I think it's so much of, I think a retro of this would not go over super well, just in the sense of, I think they wouldn't really, I personally don't see these like flying.
Yeah.
Which then just takes away, I think, from that initial release of it. It
kind of reminds me of like the KD Nerfs that are coming out right now, or like how they're talking about bringing back the Galaxy foam posits, which it's like, those shoes specifically, like those and this one, make me really feel like people's nostalgia is greater than their desire to actually have it come back out, versus like a 85 cut Red Jordan 1, shattered backboards, undefeated Jordan 4s. Like those, I feel like people aren't just necessarily like nostalgic for the good old days. They're like, no, I would wear that again. But like Nerfs do not seem to be moving. Galaxy foams, I don't know how many people are actually be getting those off day to day. Patent leather PlayStation Air Force Ones. It's like, I think you just kind of miss hopping out your bed and turning your swag on. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, but we've matured and we realize that shutter shades are not a proper eyewear.
We've all looked in the mirror and said, what's up? Yeah. I had a shutter shades era. You know it. You were there for it. You stayed my friend through it.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah.
Darn tootin'. Hey, but let me tell you what. You pulled it off.
If you don't love me at my shutter shades, you don't deserve me at my shoe podcast with the Yosemite hat. I don't know. I'm not too much different right now. I just have different clothes. That's a great place to end it, don't you think?
I poetic.
So thank you everyone for checking out another episode of Shoe Podcast. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what shoe that's been retroed to be coming out are you most excited about, or what do you want to see them bring back that they've not yet announced? What's something that you want them to go back and pull out of the archives? And what was the other one? Let people know how you feel about Tanner's take on the Green Glow Jordan 4s. Yeah, comments for this one better be spicy. I want to see people going off in the comments on this one.
Yeah. I will use harsh language.
He's not afraid to get banned. All right. He can make another account just like that.
At minimum, PG-13.
At minimum. At best. So. I guess. No, okay. Thank you everyone for checking out another episode of Shoot Podcast. You can catch us everywhere online on social medias at Shoot Podcast, everywhere except for where we're not. Oh, I forgot to say in the last episode, we have a website at shootpodcast.com.
Oh, yeah.
You can find all of our information there, links to everything we're about to discuss. If you made it this far in the episode, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Hitting the thumbs up at least would be great for us. If you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, make sure you're following, you're subscribed, you're leaving in that rating and review. We want to read them because it helps us know and it helps us
grow.
That's right. Lastly, if you want to continue the conversation with us, you can do so down in our Discord, linked in the episode description below. Like we said, this is kind of another little shorter one for us, but we had a shorter one as well. Maybe that came out before this. You'll know before we do, really.
Yeah.
You'll see. But we should be back next week with a regular full-length episode. Potentially something. An episode nonetheless. We're working on something, though, that we're hoping comes together here.
Yeah. You're going to hear a voice.
Well, at least one, if not two.
Come on now.
That's our shtick. Henry, you got anything you want to leave the people with before we go?
I do. Take more pictures.
Oh, love it.
Take more pictures.
Love it.
Especially now, it's so easy. It's literally never been easier.
Yeah.
Take more pictures. Candid, posed, doesn't matter. Just take more pictures. You don't have to post them. You could just keep them just for yourself. Just because, man, just think back in 10 years to look back at, the car you were driving, the house you were in, what you looked like, what your significant other looked like, all those things, fun memory lanes, to go down. And like I said, just more. Doesn't have to be big events, things like that. That's something I've been trying to do a lot more now, with having a little boy, of being like, man, the years are flying by. It's crazy. So just having pictures of like, oh, yep, that's just him goofing off on the couch one day.
So sweet.
Take more pictures.
The days are long, but the years are short. That's what they say.
Ooh, and they are correct.
Yep. Well, thank you everyone one last time for checking out another episode of Shoe Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ryan Landry.
I'm your co-host, Aaron Young.
I'm so glad we got you out of that pose. We'll catch you all next week with something else. Bye, everyone.